Hey guys, so I have a blue name, and when you have a blue name, a lot of people want to friend you, and in the past few months, I've been accepting every friend request I get. I didn't always accept friend requests. Before my channel blew up, I had friend requests off, but if someone asked for friend requests in a private message, I would friend them. Later, I decided that as a small YouTuber with a little over 100 subscribers, I wanted to get to know my audience better, so I decided to tell them that in a video.
If you're watching this video, I will 100% friend you. Just message me, tell me that you watched my video, and I will friend you, guaranteed.
At the time that I said that, I would have been really surprised if more than a couple hundred people watched the video, but somehow that video got into the recommended tab and ended up with over 80,000 views. Of course, I could have just stopped friending people at any time, but because I had emphasized that I would friend every single person who watched the video no matter what, I did not want to break my promise, because if I said no to friend requests, then people would always just point back to that video. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like friending people. If I friend someone, it makes them happy, and I really enjoy seeing people's reactions when I accept friend requests. But now I'm starting to think that making that promise in answering questions I get as helper on Hypixel might have been a mistake. First of all, there is a limit to how many people the server lets you have on your friends list. Some people don't know this, but the maximum number of friends you can have is 5,000, and I have recently hit that limit. So I have reached a point where it is impossible for me to keep my promise. Now, let's talk about my chat. I did a live stream a few weeks ago, which, by the way, there will be a stream highlights video coming soon for those of you who don't want to watch 2.5 hours of raw footage. But anyway, that stream let me show how crazy my chat can be. I'm being swarmed by friend requests and all sorts of messages, and this is definitely exaggerated by the fact that I'm streaming, but you can tell that I'm getting more messages than what is physically possible for someone to respond to. So I end up not responding to most of the messages I get, and I don't even accept all the friend requests because my chat is just moving so fast that I can't accept them. Now, if you're someone who tried to friend me and I was online but I didn't accept the friend request, I'm really sorry about that. My chat was just moving so fast that I couldn't accept it. Another problem with adding everyone who asks is that when I log in, a bunch of people see me join, so I'll always get like 3 messages per second for the first minute that I'm online. So while friending people will make them happy in the short term, because they'll just be really excited to see that I friended them, me friending someone usually means that I'll let them down in the long run, because when they see me online and ask for a party invite and I don't reply, it seems like I'm ignoring them. And I am ignoring them, but there isn't anything I can do about that because I'm just getting so many messages that I'm not able to reply to every message I get. It's especially bad when people send multiple messages over a span of, let's say, an hour, and I only respond one time, or I don't even respond to any of them. That person would feel really bad, and I feel guilty about that because I can relate to that feeling. If I send someone a message and they don't reply for a long time, I start to come up with all these crazy explanations, like maybe they aren't responding because I made them mad or they don't like me or something. And none of that is ever true, but just because someone's not responding to me, I'll just make stuff like that up. And that's probably what a lot of people have ended up doing. Now, this whole situation is also extremely unfair to the people who I regularly partied with and talked to before I was well known on YouTube, or even before I was promoted to helper. A lot of my friends will send private messages asking if I want to party, and a lot of the time I'll treat them like everyone else and just not reply or only reply to one of their many messages. From my perspective, I'm being constantly spammed and I'm not able to reply, but they don't see my chat. They feel like I'm ignoring them because of YouTube, since before my channel blew up, I was always able to reply to all of their messages. Now, don't get me wrong, I do try very hard to respond to as many people as I can, but I am never able to satisfy everyone at the same time. For example, if I make a public party for all my fans, my friends will also want to join, but when they see that I'm inviting everyone who asks, they'll feel cheated because they don't want a massive fan party, they want to play with me like we used to. By inviting my friends to huge parties like that, I'm basically treating them like every other fan, and that's really unfair to them. But if I make a small party with only my closest friends, all of my fan will ask for party invites, and when I don't respond to them, they feel ignored. So they start asking things like, "Why are you ignoring me?" or "Are you AFK?" and that makes me feel really bad. Now, you might be thinking that if I can't party with someone, I should just reply to them and say, like, sorry, I'm not able to party right now. If I say that, then I'll usually get a response like, why not? Or when can you party? It's really hard for me to respond to either of those questions because either I don't have a real answer or don't know the answer. Then I find myself unable to respond, and that makes me feel even worse about not inviting them. Also, if I had that conversation with everyone who I couldn't party with, I wouldn't be able to actually play the game and would just be constantly explaining why I can't party to people. Now, keep in mind that while all of this is going on, people still send me staff questions, and those have to take priority over other messages, especially when it's something I can actually fix, like a housing water grief. So if I'm getting a bunch of party requests and one staff message, I'll respond to the staff message, and I'll ignore a lot of the party requests because I'm responding to the staff message. I know that a lot of people friended me because they want to be able to contact a staff member, or they just want me on their friend list because my name is Blue, but at the same time, a lot of people friended me because they want a friend. I really wish that I could actually be a friend to those people, but the truth is that so many people are messaging me that I'm barely able to do that anymore because I'm just one person. Basically, right now, I feel like no matter what I do, I'm letting a lot of people down, and I'm really sorry. I definitely want to start playing with the people who I knew before YouTube because I've been treating them like they're just fans like everyone else, and they deserve better than that. I know a lot of people will be disappointed to hear me say this, but it's gotten to the point where I might have to clear my friends list. However, I'm only going to use that as a last resort if none of my other ideas to fix this situation work. So here's some things that you guys can do that would really help me out. First of all, I really need people to understand that I'm not always able to party, and to all the people who have been messaging me in-game and on Discord asking for party invites, and I don't respond, please don't take that personally, but I'm not able to party with all of you. I could just host a party with everyone, but sometimes I just don't want to do that, and a lot of people expect me to party with them and only them, and simply too many people want to do that for me to satisfy everyone. Just please understand that I'm only one person and that I'm not able to party with everyone who asks me, so if I don't respond and you're asking for a party invite, just please don't be offended. Also, for people who are messaging me for any kind of report, do not hesitate to send me reports, by the way. Make sure that you include as much information as possible within one message. That would also help me out a lot. Also, if it seems like it's really hard to get my attention, there are other ways besides an in-game message to contact me. So if you have like a really complicated question that requires a detailed response, I would really appreciate it if you would send me those in a forum conversation rather than sending them in-game, because it's hard to respond to a complicated question in-game because that'll take multiple chat messages to answer it, and a lot of times I'll just get distracted and end up not completely answering the questions. So please direct any complicated questions that you have for me to a forum conversation, and that will give me more time to focus on your question and write a more detailed response. If you're looking for an additional place to talk to me, the link to my Discord server will be in the description. I try to be active there, and I try to carry on conversations with the people in that server. I'm really sorry if anyone is upset by anything I've said in this video, but I really hope that all of you can understand where I'm coming from. And if I do end up clearing my friend list, I will announce it. So if I don't announce anything, you can assume that I have not removed anyone. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget, follow your dreams.